cutie foodies, it's the one and only Sweet Pea here, and today we have some more homemade meals. Well, a homemade meal. So this is how it's looking, and it's hot. I got some Frank's Red Hot. This is my favorite pepper sauce, and then I have some ginger ale. Still got quite a bit of like a cough or whatever. So I've been drinking water and all that good jazz, but ginger ale is that crack. Let me put the damn cat back on before I mess up anything. So in this bowl, I have some turkey neck bones, a little bit of southern cabbage, a small amount of those cheese curry potatoes that I had yesterday, and some more rice. So I'm gonna just go ahead and dig in because I want to, hopefully there's no mishaps like yesterday, and that way I'll be able to get this video out to you guys a little bit earlier than some damn midnight or 11 o'clock, whenever it was that other video was posted. I don't remember. But if you know anything about Southern cooking, then you know about neck bones. These joints be rocking. Also, if you're watching this and you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave me a comment down below. You can always say, hey, Sweet Pea, what's up? How you doing? You can talk about the topic that we're talking about today, which we'll get into in a sec. Damn, that rice hot. Y'all know I don't like scalding hot food, but at this point in time, it is what it is. If you have any topic or food suggestions, please send those to itsweetpea87@gmail.com. That's ITSSWEETP87@gmail.com. And you can always follow me on Instagram at itsweetpea, and that's ITS underscore, yes, score, underscore SWEET, and that's on Instagram. So do all that while you watch me dig into this turkey neck. I'll wait. Good. My mama made this last night. I know some of y'all hating because y'all mamas don't cook for y'all. Usually beans go with this meal, but due to other reasonings, we had to use cabbage, so it's fine. This will be my first time having it with cabbage, so let's see how that tastes. Ooh, ow, shit, let's burn my damn tongue. There's juice down here. I guess that's what I get for being greedy. Oh, that hurt. If y'all hear any hard breathing, possibly any barking, that's Kobe. And he mad because I won't let him in and get him none of my turkey. This is not a sharing type of day. And hopefully my damn phone don't cut off again. And we won't be getting no interruptions. Because the big guy has it on airplane mode. That hurt. I try not to drink and eat, but damn. What is this? Potato? What is this? Cabbage. I like cabbage and rice. Let me taste some of these southern cabbage. But this is good. Like, if you get you some lima beans, some rice, some cornbread on the side, or the corn souffle that I like to make, it's real good. Well, it's not bad with just cabbage. I think I might need to start talking to y'all, let this shit cool a little bit, because it's still extremely hot. All right there is burnt. Probably to a crisp. I'm glad the taste buds is in the back because, Okay. I'm gonna get a piece of potato. All right. So, raise your hand in the comments if you believe in ghosts. Whether you call them ghosts, spirits, the paranormal, the devil, demons, possession, anything like that. Let me know in the comments down below. What would you do if you were relaxing in the bathtub? If you don't take baths, shower, whatever. But if you're relaxing in the bathtub, trying to take the stress of the day away, and you're pulling water onto your face, you know, because that relaxes you, and then the water on your face, it just like brings a warmth over your whole body. What would you do if you were in the middle of splashing warm water on your face while you're laid out in the tub, and you happen to look into the palms of your hands, and it's blood? Besides freaking the fuck out, what would you do? Leave it in the comments below. That's what happened to Jason Hawkins. Jason grew up in California. Unfortunately, they lived in a not so great neighborhood. At one point in time, Jason actually witnessed someone I want to say robbing and murdering some people at a restaurant in his hometown. And when that happened, in his words, his mother was like, enough is enough. They found a new apartment in Anaheim, and they moved to that apartment when he was 6 years old. Or 7. He was in the first grade, so roughly 6 or 7 years old. I'm glad I got a napkin down here. Your girl be spilling everything. If it don't fall in my boobs, it's on the floor. I'll be damned if I drop some liquor. Which I like to sip more. I used to drink everything when I was younger. I could tolerate some alcohols like liquors, but I prefer to drink wine now. I love the Bartonura, the blue one or the pink one. Moscato is wonderful. I love anything sweet. I hate bitter wines. Ugh. I don't need none with too much body. But I do want something with a lot of flavor. And vodka has always been my go-to. But I drink other things, brandies, whiskeys, flavored brandies. Different cocktails, things like that. You better get away from my door. Hot potato. So, up until the time before Jason and his family moved into this new apartment, he'd never experienced anything paranormal whatsoever, ghost, spirits, nothing, right? So, to his dismay, when he moved in here, he had an overwhelming sense that he needed to keep all the doors closed, especially the closet door. Now, me, whether you believe me or not, really don't give two shits. But I've always, seen or like felt different spirits. I'm not no psychic or anything, but I do believe that different places have different energies, and whether that's an entity or not, whether you believe it's an entity or not, from my beliefs, from my feelings, from my experiences, I believe that to be true. I keep shit under my bed. I always keep the closet door closed. And I just live my life. That's just how I am. I cannot sleep with the closet door open. Anytime that I have ever been anywhere and a closet door has been open, I've never had a great experience. Excuse me, especially when it goes to sleeping. So I feel Jason on that one. So he said and the reason why I did all this is because his first night in the house, closet door was shaking and rattling. He would hear certain things and it just spooked him out. So he was like, hell no, I ain't got time for this. I'm closing up this door. So, like any other child would do, Jason went and told his parents. And of course, in situations like this, rarely anybody believes you. Um, and they think that you're crazy, or it's just like, oh, it's an old house or it's an old apartment, things creak, the wind was harsh, so things move. And don't get me wrong, most things can be squared away scientifically or by, regular goings on, but other things just cannot. So this just kept going on and on and on. He kept getting more scared until one night, for some odd reason, the closet door was open and he knew he closed it. And that's when he discovered the woman in the white. Oh, wow, he's messing with the jam. Everywhere Jason went, she went. Whether it was to the bathroom, whether it was to church, whether it was to school, he saw her everywhere he went. And can you imagine, as a little boy, and everywhere you go, you're just seeing this creepy ass lady in a white dress? He tried talking to his parents. Again, they brushed his ass off. Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong. You ain't seeing no lady. She ain't there. Maybe you need to get your eyes checked. Old house. Yada, yada, yada. He tried to tell his friends. Of course, they all laughed at him and told him he was crazy. He was bullshitting them. He even tried to tell some of his friends' parents. One of his friends' parents, he said, told him to go to church. Now, I'm not a super religious person. I do believe that there's a higher power out there. That's just how I was raised. You could say I'm not woke if you want to. But it is what it is. And don't get me wrong, sometimes, or most of the time rather, going to church does make you feel good. It makes you feel better. But going to church, in this instance, I'm not going to make that lady go away. So, he said after a while, he just stopped telling people about it. Until one night, he was in a really, really bad way. And his father, unfortunately, instead of trying to console his son, gave him the beating of his life to try to make him stop or make it go away. Stop terrorizing your mother. Blah, blah, blah. So, he said he just kept it to himself. A young child going through adolescence, going through his teens, and he got to deal with this bullshit. And then for nobody to believe him or anything. So, fast forward to when we first started, him in the bathtub, and the water turned into blood. Obviously, he was freaked the hell out. And instead, he reached out to his mom. He told her what happened. And she just came in the bathroom and started cleaning shit up. She saw the blood. She tried to comfort him. But she didn't say anything. She just cleaned it up. And that sort of kind of put me in the mind of the movie It. Not the remake, the original miniseries that was on TV. it's a part in that movie where the young girl Beverly, like all this blood shoots up throughout her sink, and she's like cleaning it up and cleaning it up and cleaning it up, and it went away. And then she like screamed, and her father's like, what the hell is wrong with you? And like the blood is just bubbling up from out of the sink. He's touching the sink, he's touching her, he got blood all over his hands, but it was like he couldn't see it. He ignored it. It was there, but it wasn't there to him. It wasn't a big deal to him. And then all the blood just came back, and she showed her friends, and they were like, what the hell? Like, did you murder somebody in the bathroom? And, right then, at least in that instance, even though this is fictional, when things like this happen, you should have some type of support. Whether you believe somebody or not, if they believe that it's real, unless they're like schizophrenic or, something like that, that can be proven, then just support them. Sometimes you never know what people are going through, what's going on in somebody's head. Maybe they are just saying shit, but at the end of the day, nobody should feel alone when they're going through things like this. So, after that instance, he was about 15 or 16, I want to say. And his mom found out that she was pregnant with his little brother. So she felt as though it was time for them to move on. He didn't give a shit. He was happy as hell. He just wanted to get the hell away from the lady in white. And he remembers distinctly that the day that they were moving out, the janitor, I believe, his mother and father were talking to him. And he was like, oh, you guys are leaving? He was like, wow, like, I can't believe you made it this long. And he was like, what? And he was like, oh, yeah. The lady that used to live in your apartment murdered her kids in the bathtub and then hung herself in the bedroom closet. I'm gonna let y'all just think about that real quick. I'm gonna say it one more time. And this happened literally 1 week before they moved into that apartment when he was 6 years old. She murdered her children, 2 of them, in the bathtub. She only had 2 kids. And she murdered them in the bathtub. And she went in the bedroom and hung herself in the closet. But right before they moved in, they had just changed the linoleum in the bathroom and removed her body. They hadn't found her in days. Nobody knew she was in there dead, her or her kids. I don't know about you, but I know when people, I feel as though when people die like that, or they commit a crime and then kill themselves like that, their spirit sometimes doesn't move on. And I think in this case, that's what happened. Whatever her name was, she was lingering around for some more bodies. She didn't have it. She had some unfinished business. Yeah, anyway. And he said at that moment, he realized that his parents knew all along what happened in that apartment. The landlord knew, the neighbors knew, The apartment manager knew. Obviously, the janitor knew. And some of his friends' parents even knew. Nobody ever said anything. So, he let it go. They moved out. And they moved into a house in a nice neighborhood. He met some local kids. They became friends, one of whom became his best friend. And he said for a while, life was great. Hung out with his friends. You know, regular, normal teenage shit. Until one night, he and his best friend were out riding bikes at night in the fog. Who the fuck is riding a bike in the fog? Them, but whatever. So they out riding their bikes in the fog. And he saw her. The woman in white. He was relieved when he thought he left her at the house. But sometimes, and I do believe this to be true, houses aren't possessed. Sometimes it's you. If there's something lingering around you, following you around, that entity, that spirit, that ghost wants you. Either they're looking after you or they out to get you. And because he was so startled, he wasn't paying attention to where he was going. And a car hit him and ran off. So his friend collected him and immediately took him to his house and was trying to get his mother to call the cops. You know, so an ambulance could come out and he could get treated for his injuries. And you say, as his best friend was talking to his mom, she was just like staring at him blankly. Like she was looking at him, but she wasn't looking at him. Like she was staring into space. He said she was smoking a cigarette. Her cigarette had been burned all the way down to ash. And then she just jumped up and she looked at him and she just kept repeating, "You're supposed to be dead." Ooh. And he said he took that as, you know, the woman in white was kind of like using her as a conduit to tell him that, you know, he was never supposed to leave that apartment. He was supposed to have died in that apartment, of which it freaked him the hell out. He said from that point on, he got his shit, he ran away from home, and he never spent the night in one spot for more than a day. Because he felt as though that if he kept going, that she would never catch up to him. And he would just be able to keep cheating death. He said, until one fateful day when he met the love of his life and the mother of his child, and he started settling down. He got himself a good job, and you know, things were great for a while. I hadn't seen a woman in white, so life went on as normal. Until, once again, one day, he was getting off his shift from work, and he stepped out into the parking lot, and boom, woman in white. And he said he was completely passed out right then and there in the parking lot. Somebody called the ambulance and the paramedics were trying to, you know, wake him up. And he said, as they were hitting him with the AED defibrillator, It was like he kept going in and out. So it was like he would see her every time he opened his eyes. And then, like, after a while, he finally came to. And the paramedic said to him, wow, wow, it's great to finally have you back. And he was astonished. He was like, what? He was like, wait a minute, I died? He died on the ground when he passed out. It was from exhaustion and dehydration, the hospital said. And he said after that, for a while, he hadn't seen her. And now he's about, I want to say, maybe like 50-something years old. And when this show that I was watching broadcasted, or when they were filming it, he said he saw her a few days before. And he said, you know, he just wanted his family to know what was going on with him, because it's inevitable that he dies by her hands. He said, and he ended off his episode by saying, you know, the Bible says you will never know the day or the hour. It will just happen. And he believes that wholeheartedly, that, you know, you can't cheat death. When it's your time, it's your time. You have no control over that. And when the Reaper comes, you have to follow. And that's just it. And this is from the Haunted docuseries on Netflix. They have season 2 out now. So if you guys want to catch up on it and check it out, and you have Netflix, I suggest you watch it, whether you believe in it or not. There's a lot of people that has been skeptical about this series since it started. Like I said, I'm a true believer, whether they're telling the truth or not. Things like this do happen. People, not everybody is making this shit up. Point blank, period. So that's our story for today. I finished my food. It was good. It was so delicious. Now I'm burping because of all this damn bubbles in this thing. But if you like this video today, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below whether you believe in the supernatural. Do you think this story is bullshit? Have you checked out this series on Netflix? Will you check out this series on Netflix? It's called Haunted. Don't forget to send all topic and food suggestions to itsweetpea87@gmail.com. ITSSWEETP87@gmail.com. Follow me at ITS_SWEET, and that's TP, and that's It's Sweet Pea on Instagram. And without further ado, I have to edit this. Oh shit, I didn't do no thumbnail, y'all. Alright. So without further ado, I will catch you guys in the next one. Keep shit under your bed. Keep your closet door closed. Keep your butthole tight. And don't let the bed bugs bite.